Kingdom Come Deliverance was a bit of an anomaly in gaming. A game set out to explore history and realism, which people thought would be boring and unsuccessful, and some did, but I'm glad that at least to me, it's great fun, and by the looks of it, was also successful enough to spawn a second game. I find the visuals of this game not only interesting, but unique. It has a feel and look to it that sets it apart from most games in its genre. Sure, it's not fantastical, and it can all look the same from one part of the map to the other, but that's the point. You can actually get lost in a forest and not know where you are or where to go, which seems realistic. I wish the PS4 version of the game had a PS5 update, especially with the second game around the corner. The game is pretty low resolution with some bad texture filtering and a short draw distance on buildings. The rest looks fine, but it would be great if it at least had a 60 FPS unlock. On PC, the game features a bunch of resolution modes where, even on a potato, you could at least hit 30 FPS with PS3 level graphics. And seeing as modern games look trash compared to games from 5 years ago, this game still holds up. For what was an indie open world RPG, what is achieved is impressive. It might not have the bloated scale, items list or character building of other RPGs, but I think the smaller scale and slow gameplay works in its favor, making it a bit more concentrated, balancing out the slowness of animation and gameplay. But chasing realism has its drawbacks. This game, like Red Dead Redemption 2, has slow animation and movement, with game mechanics that push even further, like eating, sleeping and repairing equipment. The learning curve of the game can be a bit steep, and watching some tips videos goes a long way. The game has no high magic system, yet it's still wacky and silly in its skills and perk system, where it touches on super powerful abilities. Some skill perks can seem a bit lackluster, but in combination with others, they can become powerful. And some skills you might only use 10% of the playtime, but they can relieve some frustration or become handy in some crucial situations. Like being able to see an NPC's speech stats or drunk teleporting you to bed. I like that there is depth to the swordplay. Doing combo swings are hard and unlocking them feels useless, as I just used master strikes in every battle, which is basically like parrying in Dark Souls. You don't just exercise the skills of Henry, but the player, you. The game becomes more fun the better you and your character becomes at fighting. The tasks and missions vary greatly, as it uses every skill you can build in the game. You can play policeman or actually do crime, every freedom you would expect from an RPG like this. You have an option of approaches when doing battle and quests, like sneaking and assassinating everyone in their sleep at the camp or finding people or info by way of dialogue or skill options. I don't like the terrain in this game, as slopes are dangerous and some bushes are like walls. Some you can walk through, some you can jump over, but I got trapped a few times, and the only way to get out and not lose hours of gameplay is to use the teleporting drunk perk, Safe Passage. Some of the game systems are glitchy, like the map. It sometimes fast travels you to the wrong place, or glitches out and you have to double tap to get the fast travel to work. The save system is strange and pointless. It actually uses an in-game item called Save Your Snaps to save the game, unless you just use the save and exit feature or sleeping and saving. It's a farm boy finds his destiny type of story, except he's a blacksmith. There is also some Arthurian stuff in here, like the focus on the sword and on the royal lineage of the main character. It is a revenge and redemption plot with Christian overtones, as this is set in medieval times after all, and religion was a big part of life. Throughout the story you play more of a detective than a knight, searching for evidence and clues or someone to kill or question. The story is not that exciting or fantastical, and Henry is a bit of an empty emotional shell you can use for some limited roleplay. But I think the intention was to make Henry's journey about discovery, growth, redemption, revenge, and proving himself to be more than a peasant, which are things that fit nicely within an RPG type system, even if the character is already settled on. I think this game should be considered one of the best RPGs of all time. At first, I didn't like this game, but it grows on you the more you play, and at the end, I loved it. And I guess we will see if the second game will taint those feelings I and many others have for this game.